It's pizza time!
Yeah. And this time I made something different and I put cheese inside of here, so it's going to be really good.
Tomorrow we are going back to Buenos Aires, but we're not getting to Buenos Aires directly. We're going to stop in a town called Curitiba, which is like 15 hours from here in Bucios. And along the way, we're going to answer all of our Instagram followers' questions that we asked them. What did they want to know about Brazil? Let's get into this Q&A. So a lot of these questions are really similar that we have. So I'm gonna kind of like group some of them together, but let's start from the top here. So tips for long road trips. First thing that comes to mind is...
Take it.
What?
Pringles!
Gotta get food in.
I buy them for me, but he always like steals them.
Pally loves the sour cream and onion ones, which are good, but they leave this lasting taste in my mouth
That's the idea.
Of like the actual sour cream and onion. But
can you help me?
Anything else?
In my opinion, music is always really good, but Jacob doesn't like it.
Yeah, we definitely don't agree on this one. I like the silence of driving and just like hanging out in the car, like, and sitting here and thinking and stuff. So not music. So good tips for long road trips are Pringles. And more importantly, the person you're going to be traveling with is an awesome companion to be sharing Pringles with.
Yeah, not him.
Best Brazilian food.
Ooh, that's really hard.
Okay, Brazil is not a great place for like steaks or chicken. It's really bad here.
But
chicken always seems to come at the store and it's frozen when you get it. It's never fresh. I mean, you can find fresh chicken, but like in Bucios, they had no fresh chicken anywhere.
Zero.
And the cows here range on mountaintops, not on mountaintops, but like on the sides of hills. And so the meat's just always really tough. It's never that tender. I'm sure good meat does exist, but a lot of it's really tough. So seafood, and I love it. They have fresh sushi. You get awesome octopus, just like grilled fish. So if you're a seafood lover, Brazil has amazing seafood plates.
But if you're now like me, it's not such a good place. It's really hard when I go out. For example, I eat like a burger or something like that. So it's not easy for me.
What was the strangest thing that happened to us since we arrived in Brazil? This is a tough one.
I'm not sure like something strange that happened to us or something that we saw, but something that I think is like really strange from here from Brazil, and it's that they don't have two things actually. They don't throw the paper to the toilet, which I think like that's super like weird to me.
So at the Airbnbs it says don't throw toilet paper in the toilet and flush it. Obviously I'm going to do that in the comfort of my own home. You're not going to get me to throw my used toilet paper that I just wiped my poop with in my trash can.
Yeah,
I don't do that.
Disgusting. And the second thing is that they don't have hot water.
Most of the things we have don't have any hot water options.
No.
Like it's like you just turn water on.
That's it.
And that's it.
You're gonna choose. You're gonna regulate it.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Like every time I took a shower, there's just one knob to turn the water on. That's it. And it's just like whatever temperature comes out. It was never cold water, but it was always like at least room temperature or actually like warm water. Never cold. ¿Cuál es la peor comida que probaron en Brasil y la mejor? The best for me was definitely the octopus I ate in Florianopolis. I got that plate like 2 or 3 times. But the worst, actually, I know the worst restaurant we went to. It was really recently in the Bucios video, whenever Pally's mom and grandma came here. We went to this buffet where we paid for the kilo. All the fish sat out for a really long time.
Quite expensive.
It was like $25 a plate. Not a good restaurant. So that was the worst food for sure. We get this one a lot. So would we live in Brazil forever? I think we can say equally.
No.
No. Definitely not.
No.
And to give a why. Brazil is, at least like all the places we went to along the coast, it was hot.
Really hot. I mean like super hot.
Yeah, I mean, we're like pushing 90 degrees every single day, humid. So I thought I'd be a huge fan of the tropical weather and from vacations I've taken in my life. But to actually live here in a tropical place, we've been here for like 6 months. I'm not a tropical weather person.
Yeah, no, not really. Another thing is the language. We don't speak any Portuguese. We both speak Spanish and English. But of course here like people speak Portuguese. So would you have like a language barrier, I would say?
¿En qué otro país les gustaría vivir? I think it comes down to awesome mountain ranges and family. So I think like the US would be a really awesome place to live. It is more expensive to live in the US, but I would be closer to my family. And there's a lot of things I love about the US in terms of like options. You can get any type of coffee, deodorant, toothpaste, like whatever it is you want at any time. Amazon, Walmart, go wherever you want, get whatever you want. It's just like a luxury place to live, and it's great. But the other one, I love.
Yeah. I am from Argentina, but Argentina is a really nice place too. We do have like mountains. The weather is like pretty good. We have family there, so yeah. It's
specifically Bariloche. Like,
yeah.
We're going to Bariloche this year for the 3rd time, but I love Bariloche, so like in my head I'm always kind of struggling. Like, do I want to live in Argentina? Would I want to live in the US? I don't know. We're only 25, so I think we have some years to figure it out. We'll kind of like settle down when we have our first kid, but US or Argentina, I think it like comes down to that.
Yeah, probably.
What did we like best about Brazil?
The beach.
Yeah, the beaches were awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Every place we went, I have to say, like they had like a nice beach. Florianopolis, like the north was like beautiful. South also, but I like more the north. Ubatuba had like pretty nice beaches. Sunrises were beautiful there, sunsets also. Bucios, oh my gosh, like amazing. Arrayal do Cabo, I cannot stop talking about the beach, right? So I think like the beach was like amazing.
So follow up, what did we dislike the most about Brazil? Again, I think it just goes back to the language barrier. It was just, we actually had dinner with a Brazilian couple, and it was nice, but like there's just a gap there. And it was like almost a chore talking and hosting them at the Airbnb and trying to be friends with them. And like there were super nice people, but like I was just so tired after talking with them. The language, that's the thing we disliked the most. But not trying to say anything bad about Portuguese, it's just like our language barrier with it. ¿Cómo definen Brazil en una palabra? Energy.
Yeah.
This place is high energy. The people have high energy. There's always like a fiesta, a party in the street. There's always music, always music. There was like samba. We were in a Airbnb, and in the street there was like a block party, a real block party with samba music going to like midnight. People just drinking and like, I wouldn't say yelling, but just like talking very high speeds, high voice. Yeah.
It was nice, yes. So you have that like everywhere.
And it's on the beaches like that too, on boats. So just like high energy people. And not just people, but just the whole place. They're just in the streets, the way that the cars are driving. They're always like really fast. They want to get to their places quick. And I don't know if it's like has something to do with being closer to the equator and just being hot and sun and stuff. But like, yeah, energy is definitely how I think we can, high energy is how we can define this. Which Airbnb was your favorite and why?
Oof, I know. And I think I'm going to talk for both of us. The house in Ubatuba, it was beautiful. We were 3 blocks from the beach. That was really nice. And also just like the house, the vibes. I
felt like they had like a garden that was like a zen garden.
Yeah, it was really, really beautiful.
Yeah, you definitely spoke for both of us.
Yeah, and really spacious, you know, like the living room was big, the bedroom was big. We had an extra bedroom or house, I don't know how to say that. And everything was like spacious, it was beautiful.
Now we gotta pay.
How do you say this in English?
Toll roads.
Toll roads. Hola.
A little off topic from Brazil, but somebody asked us how we know each other. You answer.
Okay, wait.
It's always so much more romantic whenever Pally tells our story than me.
I went to the US, to Key West, to do work and travel. And Jacob was there in vacation with his family. And we were in a party for New Year, literally New Year, like 1st of January. And I was super drunk, he was super drunk, and he was dancing just like this with his thing open, with a lot of like necklace, and I saw him dancing and
Let's
I was
let's go. Continue story.
like, I'm going to dance with him. So we met there, we spent like some times in the Keys, I think like one day together.
Okay, I'm gonna take it from here. So we spent a lot of time in the Florida Keys together. Actually, only like 3 days. Then I went back to Indiana. I had to graduate from university. I had 1 semester left. And I told Pally, she was down in Florida Keys still, doing some work. And I was like, you should come up here to Indiana and get to know me and like meet my family. So they did that. And that was in spring of 2019. Then in a month later, we went to New York City together. I also happened to be in Vegas for my brother's bachelor party, and she was in Vegas, so we met up again there. And then in July, she's like, you should come to Buenos Aires. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And so yeah, we've literally been together ever since then, of July of 2019. So that's our story. Again, a little off topic from Brazil, but lugar favorito en el mundo hasta ahora, ha ha ha. I'm gonna have to go with
Bariloche.
Bariloche.
Yeah.
I love Bariloche. Like, that's what I say. Maybe I would live there. It's like one of those places that I just keep getting the sensation to return to. I've been there 2 times in the past 2 years, and it's like, I'm going again this year, so 3 times in 3 years, and I think that's really saying something for me.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, I think Bariloche too, and for context, Bariloche is in La Patagonia, and it's like mountains, and it just like, it doesn't stop, so it's amazing. So yeah, I think that I would say also Bariloche. I love Bariloche.
De los lugares que conocieran, ¿a cuál volverían?
Yeah, I would say Bucios, bro.
Yeah, Bucios
Yeah.
was the best of all. Out of all them we went to, I wouldn't go back to any other ones because there's just so many other places to go visit. But like,
Yeah.
Bucios was really nice.
Una buena anécdota de Brasil.
Once again, the language. There's a big barrier, and the
huge
Airbnb that we had in Ubatuba had this leaky roof. And so whenever the repairman came to fix the roof, he wanted to tell us all about the roof, how much water was coming through, the damage that was being done, why it was coming through. And we tried to tell him multiple times, like, we don't really understand you.
If you speak slow, we might understand.
And then we're like, we don't speak Portuguese. And he was just like, bah, 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 speaking so fast for like 10 minutes. And all he kept saying was like, yeah, uh-huh, yeah.
And I
And he
was
just
like-
kept going and going.
I was about to explode, like laughing, because Jacob was like, yeah, no, I understand, and I was like, bah! Like I was dying. It was so funny. But yeah, it was that time. That was really fun.
¿Qué es lo que más extrañan? Cosas materiales, hagan un top 3.
My top 3, it's really easy. First, my family. Second, food. I miss a lot, like meat, cheese. I miss those things about Argentina. And number 3, my dogs. Well, they're my family, so yeah, I think those. You?
Well, whenever she says her dogs, they're literally her parents' dogs, but she always calls them her dogs.
Because they're mine too.
I mean, I miss like my parents and stuff, but like I've literally not lived in the U.S. for going on like 3 years now, so like that sentiment, it'll be nice to be around them. I do miss the Argentine food, a good parisha, an asado,
Wine.
provoleta, the wine, super good. And I would say, honestly, too, I miss the being able to travel like really easily in Argentina. I love La Patagonia. It is the best. Like, Argentina is like won me over in terms of just like tourism and stuff. So I just miss Argentina. And for the last question, Valley.
¿Por qué eligieron Brasil? Super easy, I can answer that. In Argentina, we had a huge, like a really long quarantine, and we were in Buenos Aires in the city, and we literally felt like we were trapped. So we just wanted to escape. We wanted to go to the beach so badly, but the frontier of Brazil was closed. So as soon as it opens, we sold all of our stuff, we grabbed the car, and we drove to Brazil. So I think that's the reason why we were like really tired, and Brazil is really close from Argentina.
And now we're going to Curitiba, but we're only going to be there for 1 week because after that we're heading back to Buenos Aires. We're not going to live there permanently. We have our wedding coming up this October, so And that will also be in Buenos Aires. So we're gonna go to Curitiba for a week, kind of just like relax, and then go to Buenos Aires and be there for 6 months as we plan out the wedding. We already have the venue, but like we need a coordinator to get music and food and all that stuff. And so yeah, you're actually going to be hanging out with us in Buenos Aires for quite some time, and we do have some trips in the middle between Buenos Aires to the wedding, plan to go to, well, those are surprises, so we'll see. All right, we just got the keys to the Airbnb we're staying at for the next week. What room are we in?
12.
312, here we are.
Let's see.
It's cozy enough. We pretty much got the living room and kitchen all together right here. And then it's just a 1-bedroom suite. I got a nice desk and
the bed, which is really nice too.
yeah, we also have this cool outdoor area here. And it's got a pretty cool just garden view down here. Plus, I always like those city lights. So yeah, like I said, this will be home for the next 6 days. And then we're gonna be in Buenos Aires. So next Saturday, it's gonna be, yeah, like the end of our 6-month trip here in Brazil. Can't believe it's coming to an end, but we're not gonna be able to record too much this week. We got a lot going on with our jobs. We're gonna have to be in front of the computers. So the next time we'll see you is next Saturday in Buenos Aires. Bye.